first Kuku language lesson. I'm your Kuku language teacher and my name is Lejula Moga. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the Kuku people and to the Kuku language. So, who are we? Who are the Kuku people? The Kuku are the people of Southern Sudan. They are the inhabitants of the Kajukeji Plateau, and Kajukeji is located about 75 miles south of Juba on the western bank of the River Nile. The Kuku are a part of a linguistic family group of people who inhabit the central equatorial state in South Sudan. This family group of people, among others, include the Kuku, the Nyepo, the Bari, the Kakwa, the Pajulu, the Nyangwara, and the Mundari. Now that we know the Kuku people, let's talk about the Kuku language. The Kuku language is called Kuku, just like the name of the people. In Kuku, a language is called Kutuk, and so the Kuku language is called Kutuk Lokuku. The Kuku language is a well-developed language like the other languages of the world. And like the other languages of the world, the Kuku language has all the different parts of speech that include nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, prepositions, and so on. The Kuku language has tenses, past, present, and future. Similarly, the Kuku language has syllables, word stress, and sentence stress. Besides, the Kuku language has voice and mood. Now, to give you a taste of the Kuku language, let's listen to the following sentences. Kuku kulo akakoro. Kuku are farmers. Kuku kulo akakoro lokong. Kuku are intelligent farmers. Kuku kulo akakoro lokong farik. Kuku are very intelligent farmers. So, right now, I don't want you to worry about these sentences or the Kuku grammar because we are going to deal with that in the coming lessons. Now, one very important thing I must tell you about the Kuku language is that the Kuku language is a grammatically gendered language like French and other similar languages. So, what do I mean by a grammatically gendered language? What I mean is that before you speak or write Kuku correctly, you will have to know whether the subject you are talking about is masculine or feminine. In other words, you will have to know whether your subject is considered male or female. So, if you are like me, you may be asking, how do I know if an object is masculine or feminine? For example, how do I know if a pen is masculine or feminine? Of course, there is no silver bullet for someone who is learning Kuku as a second language. But for someone who is a native speaker, it just comes naturally and effortlessly. Take a look at these objects. They are not made in Kajukeji, but my tongue can easily classify them into masculine or feminine without me forcing them into either of the categories. If I do, it will sound weird, and anyone who understands Kuku will realize it automatically. So, let's take a look at these examples. Here is a pen. In Kuku, we say logalam. Logalam. The LO denotes that this pen is considered masculine. Here is a book. In Kuku, we say na book. Na book. The NA denotes that this book is considered feminine. So, if I say Nagalam, it sounds weird. If I say law book, it sounds weird, and someone who understands Kuku will automatically reject it. So, here is a cell phone. In Kuku, it is considered feminine. So, I have to say na cell phone. Na cell phone. If I say low cell phone, it will sound weird, and definitely a native Kuku will reject it. Here is a camera. This is considered as feminine. Therefore, I have to say na camera. Na camera. If I say low camera, it sounds weird. So, you see, it just comes naturally to a native speaker. But does this mean that someone who is not a native Kuku will not learn the Kuku language? Not at all. It simply depends on your interest. You see, there are people out there who have learned other foreign languages simply because they have interest. So, whether you are Kuku or someone trying to learn Kuku language, welcome on board. The journey to learn Kuku language has just started. Now before we go, let's remind ourselves that in this video we have learned about the Kuku people and the Kuku language. And in the next video we shall learn Kuku greetings and other expressions. So stay tuned, and while waiting for the next video, send your comments and suggestions. Thank you, Tinate Duma.